Mal, and today my topic is how to focus mind under difficult circumstances. So Arjuna asked, "O Krishna, since the mind is unsteady, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong, controlling the mind is more difficult than controlling the wind." Lord Krishna answered, "Arjuna, no doubt the mind is very difficult to control. However, it can be controlled by constant practice and detachment." So Lord Krishna said, when a person constantly think about objects, attachment for those objects arises in mind. From attachment, desire is born, and from desire, anger is born. From anger comes delusion. From delusion comes loss of memory. From loss of memory comes destruction of intellect. And once the intellect is destroyed, person perishes. When was the last time you stopped to consider your needs without also taking into account what someone else wanted for you? There is nothing wrong with putting energy into relationships with loved ones or turning your attention toward finding a romantic partner or new friends. People need love, intimacy, and companionships. So you are focusing on yourself by pursuing those needs. So it's also pretty safe to say that if you never stop to consider others, your relationships probably won't thrive. All the time neglecting your own dreams and desire can still hold you back. A life lived solely in the pursuit of happiness of others may not bring you much personal joy. Over time, you might begin feeling drained, even a little lost. Focusing on yourself isn't selfish. It's an act of self-love. But when you have been in the habit of focusing on others, it can be hard to shift gears. These 7 tips can so get better acquainted with yourself. Building a strong self relationship is a great way to return your focus to yourself. Feeling uncertain about your identity can make it tough to get clarity on what you want from life. Without some familiarity with who you are as a person, you can't do much to achieve your goals. Live according to your values or get your needs. Significant events related with lives, breakup, career changes, childbirth, personal crisis can prompt growth and cast a spotlight on ways you have already changed. So this illumination may call into questions things you thought you knew about yourself. As new aspects of your identity emerge for the first time, you may not immediately welcome this new self-knowledge, especially if it contradicts your existing perception of who you are. But failing to acknowledge your growth can leave you feeling incomplete and unfulfilled. So this uncertainty can begin to affect trusted sources, your emotional well-being, sense of self-worth, and your relationship with others. Approaching these changes in your yourself with curiosity, can help you accumulate more easily. Getting to know you. Think of yourself as a fascinating person. You want to be befriend, but instead of striking up a conversation with yourself, keeping a daily journal of your routine, conversations with friends, emotions, hobbies, personal fractions, anything that comes to mind, making a list of experiences you had like to have, challenging yourself to try something new each day, identifying through list or journaling your key likes and dislikes, identifying strengths and areas where you had like to grow. Make sure you are seeking what you really want. Most people care about the opinions of their loved ones. Sure, you don't automatically do everything your family or friends suggest, but you do carefully weigh their guidance when trying to make a decisions. It's generally helpful to get insight from others, especially for big decisions. Still, it's important to draw a distinction between finding values in this guidance and letting it sway you from your preferred course. The difference sometimes gets a little blurred, but you may not even realize at first that your dreams are actually someone else's dream. Maybe you have had little luck with dating. Your loved ones reassure you that eventually you will find the right person and encourage you to keep trying. Since getting married and having children are important part of life, right? Well, not if you don't want them to be. Social ideals around dating and relationships often suggest single people are lonely and incomplete. In reality, many people find permanent singlehood far more fulfilling than pursuing relationship they don't actually want. So, if you have discovered you don't actually want to find anyone or take a certain job or doing anything else other expect of you, honor that. So we have all been there, sitting at your desk with an urgent deadline and a wandering mind. Despite your best efforts, things are not progressing. You need to focus on the task in front of you. You are motivated to do it, but you just can't concentrate your minds. In this digital world, we are easily distracted. Information is everywhere, my friends, and we feel the need to deal with increasing and multiple forms of information. It drags on your time and your attention. So the inability to concentrate on the task at hand is one of the melodies of our time. Everyone wants to know how to focus better, how to concentrate in our work. Yet the benefits of improving concentration and focus make it an issue worth addressing. So what is concentration? In willpower and self-discipline, concentration is the ability to direct one's attention following one's will. Concentration means control of attention. It is the ability to focus the mind on one subject or thoughts and at the same time include from the mind every other unrelated thought, ideas, feelings and sensations. That last part is the key, tricky part for most of us. To concentrate is to exclude or not pay attention to every other unrelated thoughts and I feeling or sensation not to pay attention to the numbers, pips and other indicators that we have a new message, a new update, a new like, a new follower. Our daily routine is dominated by switching in and out of our mobile phones and computers. We get a constant influx of messages from WhatsApp, emails, telegrams, and the half dozen and other apps, etc., that are somehow critical to our job. We constantly research for information to help solve our daily problems or get our work done. Frequently, distractions affect productivity. It takes longer to finish a task. We don't listen as well. We don't comprehend things as well, whether with your partner or your colleagues. And end up is misunderstanding, misinterpretations, and conflict. It affects memory. We forget things or can't recall informations promptly, which affects our personal life and professional image. So, factors affecting your concentration. Some days it seems like our concentration is under attack from all ideas, all sides. In fact, concentration is affected by both internal and external or environmental factors. If you want to learn how to improve focus and memory, it helps to understand what's getting in the way now. Distraction. We are bombarded by a constant flow of information, whether new or old. During the process of doing something, researchers have found that our brains are so primed for this distraction that just seeing our smartphone impairs our ability to concentrate. We constantly assess whether the information is useful, sufficient. We constantly assess that it's useful or sufficient or meaningful, meaningless. The sheer quantity coming in models of assessment of whether we actually need more information. Insufficient sleep. Scientists have found that lack of sleep can lead to lower alertness, slower thought processes, and reduced concentration. You will have more difficulty focusing your attention and may become confused. As a result, your ability to perform tasks, especially relating to responding or logic, can be seriously affected. Chronically, poor sleep further affects your concentration and memory. From the Standard University Sleep Medicine Center, note that if you cannot concentrate on what is at hand, it is unlikely to make it to either your short or long term. Insufficient physical activity. Have you ever noticed how vigorous exercises leaves you feeling more relaxed and energetic throughout the day? When you don't do physical activity, your muscles can become tense. You may feel tightness in your neck, shoulder, and chest, and such persistence. Low level discomfort can affect your concentration also. Eating habit is one of the most important part. What we eat contributes to how we feel, including our mental sharpness and clarity throughout the day. If we don't fuel our brains with the proper nutrients, we start to experience symptoms like memory loss, fatigue, and lack of concentration. Low fat diets can ruin focus because the brain needs certain essential fatty acids. Other restrictive diets may negatively affect concentration by not providing the nutrients the brain needs, or by creating hunger, craving, or feeling of unwellness in the body that are some themselves distracting. Environment. Depending on what you are doing, the environment can affect your focus. Obviously, a noise level that is too loud is a problem. But many people also have difficulty concentrations when it is too quiet. It is not just the overall noise level, but the type of the noise that matters. The high energy, anonymous hum of a cafe shop might bring focus, while the overhead conversations of two co-workers derails it. A favorite song quickly has you singing alone, happily distracted, while less distinct instruments might keep you attuned to the task. Lighting that is too bright or too dim can affect your vision. A room that is too hot or too cold creates discomfort, my friends. So all of these elements can affect your concentration. Happily, they are also all addressable. So, conditions related to concentration. If you frequently can't focus your thoughts and you are experiencing ongoing concentration difficulties, it may indicate a cognitive, medical, psychological lifestyle or environmental cause. Depending on the cause, you may have a temporary accept that your concentration is low and learn a few tricks to reduce the impact or accept the dips as they come. If you need help with concentration and think your difficulties go beyond the list above, consult with a professional. Cognitive. Your concentration may decrease if you find yourself forgetting things easily. Your memory sometimes fails you. You misplace articles. You have difficulty remembering things that occurred a short time ago. Another way your concentrations may be cognitively impaired is if you find that your mind is overacted or constantly rethinking of multiple things due to concerns of important events. When thoughts or issues intrude in your mind, demanding attentions, it prevents effective concentration. Psychological. When you are depressed and feeling down, it's difficult to focus. Similarly, when you are recovering from the loss of a loved ones during bereavement of or experiencing anxiety, you may have difficulty focusing on a single task also. Medical conditions are like diabetes, hormonal imbalance or low red blood cell count can affect your concentration. Some medications also make you drowsy or blurry or severely impaired concentration. Environment. In my poor working conditions, shared spaces, and instance of negative work dynamics may also contribute to a lack of concentrations. When we are experiencing burnout of stress from work or personal life, we will find it difficult to concentrate due to emotional exhaustions. Similarly, the environment can create discomfort to your body with affective that are aware of heat, light, noise, and other that don't fully register tensions negatively monitoring. Lifestyle, fatigue, hunger, and hydrations can derail concentration. Lifestyle that involve too many missed meals, rich foods, or excessive alcohol consumptions can challenge your memory and ability to concentrate and focus. So, way to improve your concentration. Now you know why you need help with concentration that can help you to focus better. There is no one answer for how to improve focus, but the following tips can help you, my friends. Eliminate distractions. How do we focus better if we are always bombarded with information? Make a practice to block time in your schedule to do a specific task or activity. During this time, request that you be left alone and go to a place where others are unlikely to disturb you. A library, maybe a coffee shop, or a private room. Close social media and other apps. Silence notifications and keep your phone hidden from sight in a bag or backpack. As described, practice and mindfulness and meditation. Meditations or practicing mindfulness activities can strengthen well-being and mental fitness and improve focus. During the meditations process, our brain becomes calmer and our whole body becomes more relaxed. We focus on our breath during the process so that we will not be distracted by our minds. With practice, we can learn to use our breath. We bring our attention back to a particular task so that it can be done well even you get interrupted. Get more sleep. Many factors affect your sleep. One of the most common is reading from an electronic device like a computer, phone, or a tablet, or watching your favorite movie on TV show. On an LED TV just become bedtime. Research has shown that such devices emit light towards the blue end to the spectrum, and such light will stimulate your eye's retina and prevent the secretions of melatonin that promotes sleep anticipations in the brain. Use a filter or blue light glasses to minimize such blue light or avoid all electronic devices before bed. Other ways to improve sleep include avoiding exercise late in the day, staying hydrated throughout the day, using journaling or breathing exercises to quiet the mind, and creating a predictable bedtime routine. And the first step to strengthen your concentration is to recognize how it is affecting your life. If you are struggling to meet commitments, constantly sidetracked by the unimportant, or not moving toward your aspiration, it is time to get help with concentration so that you can focus on what matters most to you. Learning how to concentrate at work is essential for succeeding in your career and life. By improving your concentration, you will find that you can accomplish more what you value and feel better doing it. It's not just about accomplishing tasks, but about making time for joy and happiness so that you can achieve a meaningful and satisfying life, my friends. Thanks a lot for giving your